The federal chairman said one word that flipped the entire market. And as I predicted and as I have been telling you in the past few days, what he has to say would be very, very important. We're going to talk about that. All I ask is give me a beautiful smile, smash that like button, because it is Wednesday, right? Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Likes are for free, and today likes are worth double. No, just joking. Likes. I'm talking to YouTube. I'm like, hey, come on, can we get likes double? They're like, no, we can't change anything in the code. We don't have that kind of power. So likes are only one today. I asked them for something else, and could they do something, just for me? And they were like, no, we can't do it. I say, of course you can do it. If you can access the code, you can change anything. So let's get into it. So as you can see, the crypto market is seeing a lot of red, right? Sea of red. What is this? But all the federal chairman did was say that they were keeping interest rates as is. Why are we seeing the markets dipping? Why did we see Shiba Inu drop under the 900 range? Why did we see it break resistance? Why did we see Bitcoin go down and then go up and then go down and jump off of support? By the way, you see how sometimes beautifully support, up, right? You can make money easy peasy. So he really did a number on the markets, and we've seen for the first time in the last few days a really out of the box movement for the crypto market being affected on what the federal chairman has to say. But if we're looking at the daily chart here on Bitcoin, we did hit the stochastic full, the top zone. So it's not that too wild that we saw a little bit of a pullback here, right? For Shiba Inu, still in the middle here, right? If we take a look at the 4-hour chart here for Shiba Inu, it's the bottom of the stochastic full. And also on the 1 hour, it's pretty low, right? So you can see it bounced off of that. Be interesting to see how the market moves in the next few days. I told you the most important part is going to be what the federal chairman has to say, because the interest rates stayed where they are, right? And so if you take that into consideration, all that really matters is what he says. And last time he was very dovish. Someone said that I was pronouncing it wrong. It's because in Hebrew we pronounce it a little bit different, but dovish, right? He was, now he was flipped, right? So the Fed statement and press conference has a far different tone than what we saw in December of 2023. While the December Fed meeting felt like a victory speech, this meeting feels like somewhat of a backtrack. It may be partially due to the fact that the CPI inflation jumped in December to 3.4. The Fed does not see rate cuts until it has gained greater confidence that inflation is heading to 2%. Still, markets are pricing in 6 rate cuts in 2024 with a toss-up of rate cuts beginning in March. Markets seem to be fighting the Fed. So if we can take a look here, we can see that according to the probabilities now, there is a 36% chance of a rate cut in March, right? You can see here. And a 64% that it will stay put. Where if we go to the next one in May, there's already a 58% probability that the federal chairman will reduce interest rates. And a lot of people are looking at this. You might say, well, Avi, why are why is this so important? Why is this important for Shiba Inu? Why is it important for the crypto market? A lot of money is still on the sidelines because they do not feel that now is the time to invest. You might be surprised. You say, well, markets are going up. Why do they still feel that it's not time to invest? S&P 500, Dow, NASDAQ, all-time highs. Crypto coming back. Why are these people still afraid, right? Well, many investors are afraid to invest in areas where it feels like it's becoming a bubble, or there's some kind of risk that could come in 3 months, 6 months, a year. So they will sit on the sidelines and wait for the dip, right? They don't like always coming in, they'll wait for the dip. Sometimes the dip comes and sometimes it doesn't. That's how some big investors work, right? That's how some big money works. They will put their money in bonds or they'll put their money in real estate and they'll wait for blood in the streets to go in heavy into the market. So they're waiting for that to happen. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't, right? If the pandemic wouldn't have happened, I wonder if there would have ever been a drop off that strong, right? Going into the 2021, 22, 23, right? Because in 2019, everyone was banging the drums that the market was overbought. And 2020 happened, pandemic crashed, but it made I call it a Nike shape recovery, right? People were like, well, maybe it will recover in a W or it made it looked like a Nike symbol, Nike or Nike, depending how you pronounce it. And so it will be interesting to see once the federal chairman starts reducing interest rates, if the big money starts to come back in. And you can see here the S&P 500 went down 70 points after he said that the March rate cut is unlikely. So this is the one word that I mentioned in the open that he said that just crashed the market here. It went down once the news came out. It popped up, and actually I made a video while that was happening. I was like, oh, look, it's recovering. You can see this is why I always say that this day is very volatile and it's only for snipers, right? It's only for, experienced day traders. And what happened? One word, right? He said unlikely, and it dropped, right? And so that's why you need to be very, very careful. Now, if you're long-term investing or you're long-term in specific assets in crypto, right? Then this is just another blip on the radar. Yes, it's important. It's important to understand it. Why? Because you don't want to box yourself in doing only one thing, right? Maybe you want to try out swing trading. Maybe you want to try out day trading, although day trading is very, very hard and it's not for everybody. And 99% of people are not successful with it. To tell you the truth, I am not the greatest at day trading. It's very hard on your emotions, and I can't give my all 24/7 to day trading, and I have a trouble disconnecting myself, right? It's not for everybody. I get addicted. I have that in my nature. Maybe you can step away and do that. Be a sniper, right? I can't do that. So for everybody, it's a different situation. For a swing trade, right? You go in for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It's a lot more calmer. You're not sitting on the fact, oh, if it goes down, that's it. I saw a tip actually from someone, and this is what he said. Again, not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence. He gave a kind of thesis that he said what he does is if he gets into a new asset, so it could be a stock or a crypto, right? Let me make myself larger. If it goes down after he buys it, 5%, he sells. He doesn't wait. Some people, will have a stop loss at 10%, 15%. Says, no, if I buy it and it starts going down and it goes on 5%, I'm done with it. Now, this is very extreme because sometimes stocks will go down, the market will be bad exactly that day, and it will go down at 5%. That happens. And then you sold and you're out. But you don't know. So he puts his risk at a very minimal amount. And so he likes to buy on the way up. I like to do that as well, right? I like to buy momentum, right? Not buy the dip, which is very hard to time the exact dip. So you can dollar cost average, of course, but to get the exact bottom of the movement is super, super hard. And you might be lucky 1 out of 50 times, right? I like to get in when the momentum is growing and there's momentum. And even if there's a little bit of a pullback, but there's positive momentum, I see that it's, the dipping is stopped, right? And I see momentum, right? That's how I like it. maybe you like it different. Maybe you try out different tactics and different things, buying in threes, buying in zones, buying in the dollar costing average up and down. There's so many tactics out there. I'll be talking about that on the course that I'm creating, and so watch out for that. It will be coming maybe by the mid-year. I don't know. It's hard for me to work on it. I'm a little bit too perfectionist on it, so I want it to be perfect. But on the other side, I understand that I can't do everything to be 100% the way I want. But it's taking time. It's taking time, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry about it. I hope I don't. That's it's kind of mean to say. I hope you don't learn too much, and then you won't want the course. No, no. Learn as much as you want, and if you don't need the course, it's fine, right? So it will be very. You know me. If you're new to the channel, you don't know. I'm not trying to sell you anything I don't think you need. I'm not trying to push anything. Any cryptos, any promotions to assets that I don't think you need. I'm going to start taking a few. If you've noticed, I don't really take them, but I think I'm going to start taking a little bit more this year. And it will be, tools and exchanges and things that could benefit you, right? Not cryptos that go down 90% after a week, like other guys here on the platform. But it's okay. It's all good, man. Don't forget to smash the like button. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.